the brilliant thing is, I actually did tell my sons that you were coming on our show today, and I am officially the coolest mum on the planet right now.
Oh, that's a nice thing to hear.
They are so excited that you're here with us, and I'm going to bring them on your tour, because you've been doing this tour, so you did 2022, 2023, and now you're back with a new tour now.
Yeah, it's been so unexpected. I put this together in 2022. It's all about the oceans and about kind of bringing oceans to life on stage, conservation, anatomy, biology, all the stuff that comes with it. And thought, yeah, we'll do that once, it'll be grand. And it sold out in a heartbeat, so we thought we'll do it again. And that sold out in a heartbeat, so we went, well, do it one more time. And this one's almost sold out already, and we're in June, and it doesn't happen until October. No. Wow. So clearly there's a massive appetite out there for positive, empowering stories about the oceans and everything that live there.
The lovely thing, I think, though, Steve, is that Kat's boys are 6 and 8.
Yeah.
And yet it's not just young children who are interested, and you've got PhD students coming in as well. That, like, the range and the interest and the value that is in the show isn't just for little ones. There's tons in there.
It makes it complicated for me,
I bet.
Because I've got to be aware that, you know, there could be anyone in the audience from a 2- or 3-year-old up to, as you say, university professors, and you've got to find a way of being able to talk to all of them. And it's really interesting, actually, because you find that youngsters, I'm not sure if you agree with this, Kat, but at around that 6 or 7 age range, will take in more factual content, more facts than any adult ever would.
Like sponges.
Sure.
They are like sponges, and they are not intimidated by hearing things that they don't know, and they will take on an inordinate amount of facts. But you do have to be careful with how you present the conservation content. So you've got to be very, very careful that it doesn't have that overwhelming sense of gloom.
Too big.
Yes, exactly. So the problems that we posit in these shows always have to have an element of positivity about them, a way that you're putting the power of change into young people's hands so that it can be empowering for them, rather than having that crushing, overwhelming sense that the planet's problems are too big for them and there's nothing they can do about it. But once you balance that, it's a fabulous challenge, because you can throw anything at young people in terms of facts and they'll embrace it.
Yeah, but it's also, Steve, yes, for sure, my boys love nature, they love animals, they love learning, they love retaining facts, but it's the way you do it. You do it so brilliant. It's like the mixture of fun and panto and TED Talk and magic and poo and goodness else knows what.
Well, I think that there's a kind of knack to storytelling, and I think it's very different, that part of things, to how we would perhaps do things for adults.
Yeah.
So when we're doing natural history programmes for adults, there's a big part about embracing your inner geek. You know, a lot of us, we've been nerds our whole life. We maybe weren't the most popular people at school, but now we've got the opportunity to embrace that as adults. That doesn't work quite so well with youngsters. With youngsters, everything has to be filled with excitement and adventure and action and humour. And if you can do all of those things, then you just bring them along with you on a tidal wave of excitement. Tidal wave?
Yeah, there you go.
Part of the show, of excitement. So, yeah, it's been a very, very surprising journey. I'm so glad that we got the opportunity to do it again, and that you guys are coming along as well.
Brilliant.
So, and talking about some of the things that you're bringing to the stage, because it's not just you talking, is it, as Kat was saying?
No.
And there's some physical elements to this as well, Steve, that are going to be, that you've got to try and you've got to create on stage to give the audience an understanding of the scale of what you're talking about.
Absolutely. So one of the things that we really struggle with in television is that sense of scale.
Yes.
You're talking about wanting to swim alongside a whale shark, and you just be completely overwhelmed by the size and scale of the animal. But actually, when we're doing that on screen, that's almost impossible to do. You know, we're showing things that people are going to watch on their tellies, probably even on their phones. So how do you get any sense of quite how big these animals are? In some cases, it is absolutely overwhelming. But on stage, I can do that. I can have a life-sized replica of some of the biggest animals ever on stage. If you've got the right size of stage, they have to be pretty big. And you hear these gasps from people the second you bring a life-sized whale out onto stage, that it really can actually be that big.
And that's what I think is so infectious about all of your programmes, actually. It's like that moment when you met the orca and you were free diving, when you managed to hold your breath for 8 minutes, up to 8 minutes, 6. And you're kind of almost dancing together, and then when you come out the water, that level of excitement that you feel is palpable as you watch it.
Yeah, this particular one, we were filming for about 10 days,
Yeah.
and most of the time the orca just cruised on past us. There's lots and lots of food in the area, so they're focused on finding the giant shoals of herring that they're feeding on. And despite them being one of the most intelligent animals on the planet, most of the time they completely ignore you. But this one single female, she spotted me from a distance and came in, as you can see here, circled around and around and around, eyeballing me the whole time. Then someone did the same with my camera operator, and then came back and went round me again. She stayed with us for, I don't know, 45 minutes, hopping up alongside the boat, spy hopping out to look at my crew on the boat. She even rolled over onto her tummy like a big, like our dog here, like Buddy here, just wanting to have her tummy scratched. It was just amazing.
That's the power you weed still.
Yeah.
We'll see Backshall.
Tickets for the tour are on sale now on your website.
Amazing. Steve, thank you so much for coming in and sharing some of that with us. It's always lovely to see you.
We're